Hi everyone, my name is Vikram. In this session, I'm going to present highlights from our paper titled Up Close and Personal, Exploring User-Preferred Image Schemas for Intuitive Privacy Awareness and Control. This exploratory work sits in the area of usable privacy and security and was done by researchers at the Open University in UK and University of Limerick in Ireland. The ubiquitous proliferation of computing devices in our everyday spaces has nurtured the growth of environments such as smart home and smart cities. In such networked, circumstantial world, people can be instantly contacted and information can be easily recorded, made persistent, and available to large unknown audience. This enhances the possibilities of undesired direct or indirect access to an individual's physical space and attention to their digital devices that are full of personal sensitive information or their online information in general. This can happen anytime and anywhere, raising serious privacy concerns. Researchers such as Bellotti and Selin, Nguyen and Minat, Konings, and several others have for long argued that to enable an individual effectively manage their privacy in UbiComp environments, privacy-enhancing technologies should be able to raise their awareness regarding different aspects of access and provide them with controls in an appropriate manner. The aspects of access cover dimensions of information such as who is accessing what, why they are accessing, when the access is happening, and how. These are known to influence the perception of privacy among the individuals. Now, the majority of existing end-user interfaces that support awareness and control for privacy are GUI-based and due to inconsistencies with the interaction in the physical and social world pose several usability challenges, especially when managing privacy dynamically. They almost always demand full visual attention, and many times the interactions feel buried, making the entire experience physically interruptive and time-consuming. To address such limitations, we propose using more tangible and embodied style interactions for privacy management. Such interactions could allow the provision of feedback for privacy awareness through visual cues, sound, haptics, and smell, and enhance privacy control with direct haptic manipulation, spatial interactions, or full body movement. They have potential to provide high levels of realism, sensorial stimulation, and familiarity. Due to this, they can not only shorten the physical-digital interaction gap, but can also help to design intuitive privacy management interaction that are always readily available to the user in their physical space right when needed, and support seamless transitioning of the management task between users' periphery and center of attention in a quick and non-interruptive manner. To design tangible interactions that are intuitive, we first need to meaningfully map tangible input actions to output representations. For this, several researchers have explored and advocated the use of image schema-based metaphors as a conceptual design tool. Image schemas are the recurring dynamic patterns of sensory motor experience or our interactions with the physical objects that structure our understanding of the world. For example, up or down, heavy or light, and so on. Their metaphorical extensions generate primary metaphors. For example, for many, sadness can be expressed as feeling heavy, or happiness can be expressed as feeling light. Such metaphors are fundamental units of knowledge shared across a large range of people and can be retrieved subconsciously from memory. Now, focusing on a human-centered process, we planned an exploratory study to find what are the end-user preferred image schemas for privacy awareness and control across everyday UbiComp contexts. As a first step, we referred to the image schemas particularly used in the tangible computing literature and extracted a subset of those schemas that appeared to reasonably conform to the constructs of user-centered privacy. 52 schemas from 5 categories, that is attributes, containment, force, spatial, and identity, were selected and can be seen in this table. We then designed 8 storyboards depicting real-life privacy violations. These were inspired from our previous consultations with different stakeholders like privacy experts, ordinary users of different age groups, and depicted scenarios across in-home and out-of-home settings. Two non two non-functional tangible props, a cardboard cube box and a cloth sleeve, were also prepared to be used in the study to help participants imagine desirable form factors for a future privacy management device and evoke expressions of privacy awareness and control in terms of image schemas. Following a convenient sampling approach, 22 participants were then selected and divided into two groups. Group Y had 12 participants who were below 60 years of age, and Group O had 10 participants who were above 60 years of age. This was done to account for any possible age-related differences. After providing participants with the consent form and giving them general briefing, an initial warm-up exercise was first conducted. The warm-up exercise introduced image schema concepts and provided the participant with examples of metaphorical extension of these schemas. The participant was then presented with a storyboard and asked to answer a questionnaire. The questionnaire required the participant to pick up one of the two non-tangible, two non-functional tangible props as per the perceived storyboard context, and use that to express overall privacy awareness, control, and their aspects of in terms of image schemas. This was done for 3 more storyboards. The entire semi-structured interview session took 2 hours and was video recorded. Inductive thematic analysis was done on the data collected. The first figure shows the percentage times each image schema was chosen for overall privacy awareness by the two groups across all the storyboards. Attributes and spatial categories were preferred the most. The figure onto your right illustrates the percentage times each schema was picked in those top 2 categories across all the storyboards. For instance, many participants picked change in temperature, cold or warm, attribute as one of the preferred schemas for overall privacy awareness for one or more storyboards. Some regarded warm as a sign of warning. It is like Harry Potter's coin, which becomes warm when something bad is going to happen, quoted P8. A few participants also found rough and strong as suitable for uncomfortable sensations and thus raise awareness. For instance, P4 quoted, strong grip is like physically someone is holding or accessing. It should be noted that when considering the scenarios, we encourage participants to select as many schemas as they found appropriate. The choices were rarely exclusive, with multiple image schemas being selected for each storyboard. For overall privacy control, the percentage preferences for each image schema categories look like this. Force and spatial categories were preferred the most by both the groups. The next figure on to your right illustrates the percentage of times each schema was picked in those top 2 categories across all the storyboards. All the participants chose block or enable schemas for one or more storyboards. And participants sometimes also explicitly expressed those intentions through different physical action modalities such as squeeze, shake, brush off, or pull. For instance, P9 quoted, want to squeeze them out of my space. It gives me physical control and helps me release my tension or stress. Similarly, P11 quoted, pulling the string is like controlling. Hence, in a nutshell, to extract user-preferred primary metaphors for intuitive privacy management, we explored the underlying image schemas for privacy awareness and control through real-life inspired storyboards. We found that one size does not fit all. Participant choices for form factors vary depending upon the context location and the perceived need for immediacy and granularity in management for that context. Users were found to prefer attribute and spatial schema categories for general and ad hoc privacy awareness and the identity category for finer-grained awareness. We also found users to prefer force and spatial schema categories for general privacy control and identity category for proactive and detailed control. While some minor age-related differences in the individual schemas preferences were visible, the overall preferred schema set was quite stable across the two age groups. Further exploration within each reduced schema set in the context could provide specific physical to abstract mappings and generate primary metaphors for privacy management. These were some of the highlights from the results of our study. Please refer to our paper for more details. Happy to take any questions. Thank you so much.